Jacob. Go, Jacob. Go, Jacob. Go, Jacob. Go, Jacob. Go. Yeah. Yeah.
Jacob was our everything. Jacob was our world.
I definitely wanted to have a family, and I wanted to have a son, especially. And so grateful when Jacob was born, and he and I became best friends. And when he left us, our world changed dramatically, and hasn't been the same since. To describe Jacob's accident, you almost have to go back to Jennifer's accident first, because she was on her way to a soccer tournament. A drunk driver was driving fast and hit their car, and she was actually ejected from the vehicle, and she was airlifted to Loma Linda University Medical Center, and she was there for a month, and we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House there. Jacob's accident occurred in October of 2006. We said, okay, we've been through this once, we're going to do this again. We're going to go down there, we're not leaving the hospital without our boy. And unfortunately, he passed away the next day.
When we left the hospital without Jacob, he just felt so empty. But I really wanted to hear Jacob. I wanted to see Jacob. And I had remembered that when he was 19, he actually did a video for his church youth group. You know, back then we sat in the audience and he was talking to all the kids at the youth group. But that day, Jacob was talking to us. He said, you know what? Sometimes you're going to have fences in life that you have to go through. And he goes, and some fences are devastating. You know, some fences are just huge. And how do you bounce back from them? He goes, like, you know, maybe your mom dies or your dad dies or a car accident. And he said, and sometimes people, you know, they want to blame God. He goes, but God's not to blame, you know? And so he was really talking to us. God's not to blame. God can help you get through those things, get through those fences.
Having those two circumstances where Jennifer survived and Jacob didn't, and we had a Ronald McDonald home with Jennifer, and we had nothing with Jacob, and then we realized that they were building a new hospital in Temecula. That's kind of when we decided, okay, let's do something to make something positive out of something so horrible. And so that's when we began this journey to want to bring a Ronald McDonald House to Temecula. And that's when a council member's wife, Paco Machero, she came to me and she said, Shawn, we've been talking to a lot of people, and why can't we just build our own house? Why don't we make it for kids or adults, senior citizens? It doesn't matter. Any family that has a need, let's build a house for them. And so Stephanie and I said, great, let's do it. And that's when she said, well, there's one more thing. We've been talking, and we want to call this new house Jacob's house.
Shawn said, let's pick up the baton and let's do something in our boy's name, and let's try to make the world a better place.
That's what we did, and it took us 6 years speaking to hundreds and hundreds of groups, trying to cast the vision of what we wanted to do with Jacob's house. And then we finally barely raised enough money to buy the home, and we opened up in 2013. And now, 10 years later, we've helped over 1,300 guests from 42 states and 14 countries.
The more I found out about it, the more I really wanted to help. And fortuitously, the hospital and Jacob's house opened at the same time, and we were able to provide shelter for families in need right from the beginning of the Temecula Valley Hospital existence.
What we found out was when we went to the Ronald McDonald House, they had all the comforts of home. You know, we could wash our clothes. They gave us a toothbrush, and we wanted to follow that model, and we provide that at Jacob's house. Other families, they can share and talk with each other. We have a chapel out in the backyard, so people can go out in the back and say a prayer, because that was so important for us that I wanted to make sure that we could provide that for the families there. So we have 4 bedrooms, and each bedroom has its own bathroom. There's a garden area, a reflection area. The property's beautiful.
Playground outside.
Just a lot of wonderful things so that people can find peace and comfort when they're at Jacob's house.
We're unique in that we serve everybody. It doesn't matter what age your loved one is. You can come stay here in the Temecula Valley and be near your loved one no matter what.
It was an unbelievable experience to have all of the people here. They absolutely want nothing in return. They just want you to be well taken care of through the most traumatic time in your life. It really is too good to be true.
We have a wonderful board. The community's been amazing. Our staff.
We have over 100 volunteers. We wouldn't be able to run without our volunteers.
It's all run by the community. It's not any one person. And so that's what makes us really unique. The other part of Jacob's House is we're not just a nonprofit organization, we're a community organization.
When we were ready to give up, just say, okay, we're done. God showed up, the community showed up, and I mean every single time. Today we own the house free and clear. And I think we've been good stewards of the resources that God has blessed us with and what the community has given to us. And our goal, long after we're gone, we want Jacob's House to still be there and to continue to help families.
The value of Jacob's House goes beyond just shelter, though. It's actually a place of healing where the families come together and share mutual experiences and lift each other up.
All the rooms in Jacob's House are named after someone in this community who's passed on, and they each have a story. So we're a conglomeration of pain that's been turned into supporting our community, which is exceptional.
We are so supportive of them now. We actually support them monthly, and we'll continue to support them from here on out because of what a blessing they were to us.
You know, we all have to go through challenges and disappointments, and in this case, the most devastating thing that could have happened to our family was when Jacob left us, and we had a choice to make. Either we were just going to get in a hole and stay there, or we were going to try to do something to honor his memory and to try to do something positive. And it's been a long 17-year journey. We're really proud that we have Jacob's House today.
Yeah. And then there's some fences that come to people that are devastating for their entire lives. Like somebody's father dies or somebody's mother dies, or a divorce in the family, or a car accident. You know, God's not to blame, but God can show you how to get through those things, how to get through those fences, how to maneuver through those things, how to get by them, how to overcome them, how to knock them down.